Hi, I'm Kim and this is Homestead Witchery, and today I'm going to show you how to make refrigerator pickles. The way I do it is not just cucumbers. So I'm going to make 2 jars this size. I don't know what this is, like a quart maybe? I don't remember. It's the big ones. It's not the little like regular kind you drink out of. You also need 3 English cucumbers. I'm using English because that's what I got with Produce Rescue, and I have 2 entire fridge bins full. You can get regular pickling cucumbers for crisper pickles, but these work fine, and I have a billion of them. And I also like to add some sweet peppers, so I have those. I just washed these because that's boring to watch. You also need vinegar, sugar, technically salt, and that's it, but I'm gonna add black pepper and some garlic herb seasoning. So first you gotta cut stuff up. Actually, first we're gonna make the brine. And yesterday I did a test drive of this, and it works best if I do a double batch. I'll have a little bit left over, but that's okay. So for 1 jar, it's a 1/4 cup. So I'm doing 1/2 cup because I'm doubling the batch. The good thing about this is that you can kind of be half-assed about how you measure. It's not that big a deal. You can julienne it. If you know, you know. So that's gonna be, for the double batch, 2 cups of vinegar and 2 cups of water. 2. And I don't remember how much salt it is, and I don't feel like looking it up. I think it's a 1/2 to a full tablespoon per batch. So I'm gonna do that much. And some ground pepper. I'm also gonna add garlic herb seasoning to 1 as a test. But since I haven't tried it yet, I'm only gonna do it to 1 batch. I don't like dill, so that's why I'm not using dill. I made 1 plain batch yesterday and 1 with thyme, so we'll see how this goes. Anyway, let's get some stuff chopped. Lost my knife. Oh, here it is. So I guess I can show you some little. Hold your hand like this when you're holding, because when you're chopping, that way you'll just chop off the skin off your knuckles instead of taking the tips off your fingers. Hopefully you don't have to worry about that, but I mean, just in case. Save the scraps for your chickens. I made these once before yesterday, and they were so good. And I did really thin slices. See, I'm holding my fingers wrong. Don't do what I do. Do it the way I showed you. I like about this thickness. What is that, like a 1/4 to 1/2 inch? Some of them come out slanted and wonky. Gordon Ramsay would flip, but since I'm pickling and not cooking it, it's fine. Also, it's my house and I do what I want. It's fine. So I do 1 whole cucumber, and then in this batch I'm going to do 2 peppers each jar. I did strips yesterday, but I think I'm happier Kind of with the way pimentos are when they jam them into olives. I like that better. So I'm going to do that today. Strips, or little, not diced exactly, but smaller cuts. Because what am I going to do with giant strips of pickled peppers? Although, it probably would be good on my burger. I'm just going to do this because I feel like it. And I figured we'd do this recipe, one, because I got a bunch of pickles, or cucumbers and peppers from Produce Rescue. But also because it's pretty easy. It's not exactly canning, but it is some food preservation that's simple enough that I'm not afraid to try it. And if I'm not afraid to try it, you shouldn't be either, because I don't can yet. I did buy some canning stuff to start canning, but I figure if I can do this with no prior experience, you can too. And you're seeing how easy it is. And if most of us have to stay home because of current apocalypse, we might as well come out of it with a new, like, education. I hope I don't have to go clean another cucumber. Thrilling, isn't it? Then you cram the rest of the jar full. Oh, that's starting to warm up. For the brine, I'm going to have to get another freaking cucumber. Darn it. Pack them in there real well because they're going to float. Since they're refrigerator pickles, floaties are okay. But it works better if it's all in there. So the brine, it says boil it. I don't remember where I got the recipe, but I'll put it down in comments. I was putting it at my computer where I keep it. But I'll put the recipe down in comments, which is the base that I use. Jesus H, cat. But the brine, oh, I just do it until everything's melted, the sugar and the salt, till it dissolves. I don't care if it boils. Making sure it's not going to break my glass. It is hot though, the metal. Okay, and then now I'm going to add my garlic herb seasoning. Again, not measuring, just throwing stuff in there. So I'm going to rinse it because it has water in it. I don't feel like having sticky jars. And once it cools down, I'll put the lid in and put it in the fridge. You can put it in for 24 hours and eat them. You can probably eat them like in 10 minutes if you wanted to, but to get the full pickle effect, 24 hours is when you get some really good flavor. And we usually eat these within a couple weeks. Be careful going over that because it's not a real pickle. Like, it's not a preserving pickle, it just extends it some. It's not like canning. So in about a month, if you start to feel iffy about it, just throw them out. Give them to your chickens, whatever. Okay, chopping. Speaking of Produce Rescue, which is where these all came from, all this vegetable produce, where the produce came from. I bargained that it would be better this week than it was the last time we went, because I think stores are afraid they're going to get shut down. So they're not ordering as much produce because more people are staying home. This is all theory and conjecture on my part, of course. But, so I was bargaining that there would be more stuff at Produce Rescue and better quality than there was before, and there was. We got a case of, is that 2 cases? Oh, no, that's the cucumbers. We got 2 cases of these cucumbers, a case of cherry tomatoes, a case of Roma tomatoes, and 2 bags of these peppers, plus a bunch of acorn squash and some corn and some kind of melon, honeydew, which was delicious. Unlike that case of watermelon, full-size watermelon, where I know at least 2 people had them sort of explode because they were old. And the last time we did Produce Rescue, they were actually, a lot of it was rotten. So we scored this time. It was great. So if you have Produce Rescue near you, give it a chance. The one near me is called Borderlands Produce Rescue or the 3000 Club. And there's also, this isn't Produce Rescue, but it's a vegetable co-op, which gives you, it's still a bunch of produce for a decent price. bountifulbaskets.org. We did that before I found this. You don't really have a choice in what you get, but that's good, I think, because it forces you to, 1, figure out how to use what you got, and 2, it introduces you to new things that you wouldn't normally eat. Like jicama and kale. I eat jicama and kale fine now because I got it in Bountiful Baskets and I didn't want to waste money, because the reason I did Bountiful Baskets is because I was broke. And that's what I got in it. So I decided I have to use it. I gotta cut up another cucumber. Well, I apparently turned the camera off and didn't turn it back on. So I have no more video after that about the pickles. But you got the recipe, and here they are for me to try. It's 2, so I guess I could break my fast with this. It's pretty good. It would be better with a little bit of more sugar. That's good. But you can see how they turn out. Oh, this is the blue bottle. You can see how they turn out. It's very pretty, super easy. So try making these pickles. Let me know how it comes out. Try pickling other things. Use carrots, or I saw green beans. Carrots are usually what I use because I love to have pickled carrots in salad, like the Vietnamese style. So good. But anyway, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. I will see you next week.